Welcome to Ancient Wisdom for Modern Work. In the hustle of profit, product, and productivity, it's easy to neglect the how, our ethics, our conduct, and our internal state of being. But what if the secret to sustainable success wasn't found in the latest management trend, but in wisdom that's existed for thousands of years? The host of this podcast, Kimberly Killer, is here to explore the ancient concepts of yamas and niyamas as a powerful framework for modern leadership. So, without further ado, let's get started.
Hello, and welcome to Ancient Wisdom for Modern Work, a podcast designed to help you apply proven lessons from the yogi masters of yesteryear to the work we do today. I'm your host and guide, Kimberly Kaler, and it's my great pleasure to share my insight on how to meld mindfulness into our work world, however you define work, as a teacher, a corporate executive, or community volunteer. Today's topic is Santosha in leadership, finding joy in the journey. Ambition is the engine of progress. As leaders, we are wired to strive, to push for the next milestone, to climb the next peak. The quarterly targets, the market share growth, the next product launch. These goals fuel our days and often our nights. But in this relentless pursuit of what's next, we risk becoming blind to the value of what is. We achieve a goal, and for a fleeting moment, there is satisfaction, quickly replaced by the hungry ghost of the next objective. The cycle of perpetual striving, if left unchecked, leads not to fulfillment, but to a state of chronic dissatisfaction. It's a hollow victory. This is where the wisdom of Santosha, the second niyama, offers a profound and necessary counterbalance. Santosha translates to contentment, the practice of finding satisfaction and peace with what we have and where we are right now. For a leader, practicing Santosha is not about abandoning ambition or settling for mediocrity. It is a far more nuanced and powerful practice. It's about cultivating an inner state of gratitude and acceptance that allows us to pursue our goals from a place of sufficiency, not scarcity. It's the art of being deeply engaged in the journey, finding joy in the process, and celebrating the present moment without losing sight of the future. The paradox of contentment and ambition. The modern business world often pits contentment against ambition. We're taught that to be content is to be complacent. To be satisfied is to lose your edge. Santosha challenges this binary thinking. It suggests that true, sustainable success is born from the healthy tension between being grateful for the present and striving for a better future. When a leader lacks Santosha, their ambition can become toxic. They lead from a place of deficit, constantly focused on what is lacking. This never enough mindset creates a culture of anxiety and pressure. Wins are never truly celebrated. They are merely stepping stones to the next demand. The team feels like they are on a treadmill, running faster and faster only to stay in the same place emotionally. A leader practicing Santosha, however, leads from a place of abundance. They can genuinely appreciate the team's efforts and celebrate milestones because their self-worth is not tied solely to the next achievement. This gratitude doesn't extinguish their drive. It actually refines it. They can pursue ambitious goals with a sense of calm and clarity, unburdened by the desperate need for external validation. This creates a resilient, motivated team that is inspired by a shared vision, not driven by fear. Mindfulness, the gateway to contentment. Contentment is not something we can simply decide to have. It's a state that arises from practice, and the core practice for cultivating Santosha is mindfulness. Mindfulness is a simple yet profound act of paying attention to the present moment without judgment. It's a practicing of noticing our thoughts, feelings, and surroundings with a gentle awareness. In the flurry of leadership responsibilities, our minds are almost always somewhere else, planning the next meeting, worrying about a future deadline, or replaying a past mistake. We are never, ever fully here. This mental time travel is the enemy of contentment. When we practice mindfulness, we anchor ourselves in the now. We might notice the warmth of the coffee cup in our hands, the sound of our own breathing, or the expression on a colleague's face. This simple act of returning to our senses pulls us out of the anxious chatter of the mind and into the reality of the present. It is in the present moment that gratitude can take root. We can't be grateful for a future that hasn't happened or a past that is gone. Gratitude exists only in the now. How do we foster a culture of appreciation and balance? A leader's state of contentment, or lack thereof, is contagious. When you, as a leader, model Santosha, you give your team permission to find balance and satisfaction in their work. You shift the cultural focus from frantic activity to meaningful contribution, celebrating the process, not just the outcome. A culture of Santosha celebrates the small wins, the lessons learned from failures, and the collaborative effort along the way. It recognizes that the final outcome is only a small part of the story. When a project is complete, take the time to have a real debrief. Ask the team, what are you most proud of from this process? What did we learn that we can carry forward? Let's recognize a colleague who really stepped up. This acknowledges the human effort and builds a narrative of collective growth rather than just hitting a number. Encouraging true balance. Santosha reminds us that we are more than our jobs. A leader who embodies this principle respects the boundaries between work and life for themselves and their team. They understand that creativity and innovation are fueled by rest, hobbies, and time spent with loved ones. This goes beyond paying lip service to work-life balance. It means actively discouraging late-night emails, celebrating when team members take their vacation and time fully, and build processes that don't require heroic, last-minute efforts. It means trusting that a well-rested, fulfilled team will bring more energy and better ideas to the table than an exhausted one. So what are some actionable tips for leading with Santosha? Cultivating contentment is an inner practice with outer effects. It begins with small, intentional shifts in your own mindset and behavior. Number one, start with a gratitude practice. This is the most direct path to Santosha. At the end of each workday, before you close your laptop, take 2 minutes to write down 3 specific things you were grateful for that day. It could be a productive meeting, a helpful comment from a team member, or simply a moment of quiet focus. This practice trains your brain to scan for the positive, rewiring your default perspective from one of lack to one of appreciation. Number 2, introduce safety moments or mindful pauses. Begin meetings not by diving straight into the agenda, but with a moment of intentional presence. This could be a safety moment where everyone shares a quick tip for well-being, or simply 60 seconds of silence for everyone to gather their thoughts and arrive fully. This small act signals that presence and mindfulness are valued, setting a calmer, more focused tone for the entire discussion. Number 3, practice mindful listening. In your next conversation, make a conscious effort to simply listen without formulating your response. Give the other person your full, undivided attention. Notice their tone of voice and body language. Resist the urge to interrupt. This practice not only makes the other person feel deeply respected, but it also grounds you in the present moment, creating a space of shared presence and contentment. Number 4, reframe your relationship with goals. Continue to set ambitious goals, but reframe your internal narrative. See them not as a finish line that will bring you happiness, but as guideposts that give your journey direction. Focus on the daily actions and systems that lead toward the goal. Find satisfaction in executing the plan with excellence day in and day out. Let the contentment come from the quality of your effort, not the attainment of the prize. Number 5, start a seated meditation practice. The most profound way to cultivate Santosha is through a regular meditation practice. Even 5 minutes a day can make a difference. Find a quiet place, sit comfortably, and bring your attention to the sensation of your breath. When your mind wanders, which it will, gently guide it back. This is not about stopping your thoughts, but about learning to not be controlled by them. This practice builds the mental muscle of presence, which is the very foundation of contentment. The quiet strength of a contented leader. A leader who embodies Santosha possesses a quiet strength. They are not easily rattled by setbacks because their sense of well-being is not dependent on external circumstances. They inspire loyalty because they see and appreciate the people around them. They foster innovation because they can create a culture of psychological safety where the process is valued as much as the result. Santosha teaches us that the relentless pursuit is more than a game that can never be won. The prize is always just over the horizon. The real victory lies in learning to find joy, gratitude, and peace right where we are, even as we continue to strive. It is from this place of profound contentment that the most inspired and sustainable leadership emerges.
Thank you so much for listening to Ancient Wisdom for Modern Work, a podcast designed to meld mindfulness into the work we do. We invite you to subscribe as well as visit wisdomfortheworkwedo.com for additional resources. Until next time, we invite you to consider how you can apply the wisdom yogi masters of yesteryear to the work we do today, with integrity, clarity, and compassion.